today. Today is, of course, the opening day of the International Film Festival, and it really is quite a special one. You'll remember, if you cast your mind back to last year, it was quite a controversial opening where the film that was meant to kick off and open the festival was banned and it was not allowed to be shown. And I remember that caused a lot of controversy, but it also gave the Durban International Film Festival a lot of publicity, I should say. Well, Peter Machen, who's the manager of the Durban International Film Festival, is joining us this morning. He's in our Durban studio. Peter, good morning. It's good to have you on the program.
Good morning, Leanne. It's good to be here.
Yeah. Hopefully not such a dramatic opening going to be happening this year.
Yeah, no, I ideally hope so. In fact, I can guarantee you that we will definitely be screening a film tonight at the opening night. And we also, the Film and Publication Board has already provided exemption certificates for all of our screenings. So that's a great relief.
That's good to know, because last year, I must say, it was very dramatic. But having said that, like I said in the introduction, I'm sure it did boost the profile in a way of the film festival and for the freedom of film and for the right for filmmakers to talk about very important issues like some of the films that are being played this year, I have no doubt.
Yes, absolutely. And I think we do have the Film and Publication Board to thank for having raised the profile of the festival. There's a huge amount of buzz around DIF 2014 this year. And I think that's got a lot to do with what happened last year. Certainly, virtually everybody knows what the festival is and what DIF 2014 is. And I think that's great news.
All right, so let's talk about the film festival. So it starts tonight is the opening, and it's on until the 27th of July. So it's a good 10 days of films. Talk us through what can filmgoers expect?
This year we have a really great selection of films from around the world. I mean, I think DIF is a true celebration of world cinema. Obviously, we have a very strong focus on South African cinema. This year we have a focus on 20 years of democracy and freedom. And it's amazing how many films we've managed to find from South Africa compared to previous years. We have the largest selection of South African films ever in the history of the festival. We have 78 films, and they really present an incredible cross-section of our South African reality. I'm very, very, very excited about our opening film tonight. It's Hard to Get. It's an amazing film. It's beautifully made. It's filled with visual poetry, but it's also very commercially accessible. And I think South Africa, when it goes on circuit at the end of the month, everyone around the country will see what an amazing film it is.
How do you choose the opening film, and particularly this one? Why did you go with this one?
Well, for the last number of years, we've been committed to showing a South African film on opening night. And I think that in itself has had a major impact on the local industry. We're really looking for the best film to show, which is not to say that the other South African content is not fantastic. But it's a combination, I think, of something approaching commercial accessibility and artistic output. But also we're looking for something that talks as thoroughly as possible in a local idiom. And really, we just want a film that kind of excites the audience as much as possible about the potential of local cinema. And I think Hard to Get really does that. It's sexy, it's engaging, it's intelligent. And I think it's going to blow the socks off our audience tonight.
Yeah. Let's talk about some international films that will be on display. Firstly, the African representation, which I believe is quite big this year.
Yes, for the first time in this history, the competition section of the festival is actually dominated by African films. We've got an amazing little film called Betty and Amare, which is an Ethiopian vampire drama made for 6,000 Canadian dollars, I'd like to point out. A really fascinating film called Bloody Beans, that is a reconstruction of the Algerian War using children as a medium. And it's a really fascinating and experimental film. And it's really on the edge of cinema. And I think these are the kind of films that we like to show to films that expand the language of cinema, and particularly in an African context, because African cinema has been largely underserved. And it's really amazing to see the kind of growth and development of an African film language.
Yeah. And sorry, do you have more to say on that one, on the African screenings?
No, continue.
Okay. Let's also talk, besides on the continent, anything from outside of the continent?
Yes, we have a really strong selection of films from all around the world. Films that spring to mind are Richard Linklater's Boyhood, which follows a cast, I think over the course of 12 years, particularly a young boy called Machen. And what is particularly amazing about this film is it follows the cast in real life. So we see them age over the course of a decade or so, which is something very unique in cinematic experience. We have an amazing little film called Amazonia that follows the adventures of a monkey who is kind of crash lands in the Amazon jungle and has to make his way through the jungle, and it follows his adventures. But it's a live action film, it's not animated, and there are no humans in the film. And I'm still amazed at how they made this film. There's an incredible film called The Congress that is a mix of live action and animation. And it's about reality itself and about media and aging and kind of position of women in Hollywood and cinema. And I would really recommend anyone to go see that. And we just generally speaking, I think we have an incredible selection of films that offer a wide variety of tastes. And there really is something for everything at this year's festival.
Yeah, fantastic. So let's just wrap this up. If people want to book tickets and to the various showings, can you get sort of a 10-day pass, or how does it work? Do you book on the day? How do the bookings work?
You can book online through our various vendors, which if you go to durbanfilmfest.co.za, you can click on the films and then go through to the online links. We also have programs and brochures all around Durban. And the website, durbanfilmfest.co.za, is a rich resource. I'd also recommend that people go to durbanfilmmart.co.za to see what is happening at the Film Mart, our sister event, which is also a significant part of the festival.
All right, excellent. Good luck with it. I hope it goes well. And we look forward to hearing a couple of reviews after they've been done. Peter Machen, who is the manager of the Durban International Film Festival that kicks off tonight until the 27th of July. If you're in Durban, I think this is something that you don't want to miss. 200 films that are going to be screened throughout these 10 days. Some of them are world premieres. They are here for the first time, and it's going to be quite an occasion with lots and lots of African films being represented on the continent. So enjoy it. All right, let's take a break. When we return, we've got this guy in studio.